According to an Alliance Life study, 63% of Americans fear running out of money more than death. And when it comes to 401k savings by age, the numbers are concerning. Only 15% of private sector workers have access to pensions. 20% of Americans over 50 have no retirement savings. Rising inflation, social security uncertainties, and increasing taxes are making this problem worse. However, there's encouraging news. 401k balances grew 19% in 2024, proving that strategic saving works. Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Diane. Today I'm sharing insights from Vanguard's How America Saves 2024 report. We'll examine retirement savings by age group, learn practical catch-up strategies if you're behind, and help you calculate your personal walkaway number. Let's dive in. Vanguard's 2024 How America Saves report offers a comprehensive snapshot of retirement saving habits in the United States, with a special focus on 401k participation, contribution rates, and account balances by age. Looking at other savings can provide context, though don't consider this as rigid benchmarks. Everyone is sitting in a different financial position, including where they live, what style they want, and more. So take that with a grain of salt. Here are the latest 401k balances by age. If you think you're too young to worry about retirement, here's the exciting truth. Starting in your early 20s gives you a superpower that even millionaires can't buy: time. It's like getting a head start in a marathon while everyone else is still tying their shoes. Right now, the average person under 25 has about $7,000 saved, with a median of over $2,800. Sure, that might not sound like much, but here's the mind-blowing part. If you can set aside just $500 a month, about the cost of a few fancy dinners and subscription services, you could be looking at $1.4 million by age 65. How? Your $240,000 in contributions will transform into roughly over $1 million through the magic of compound interest. That's like turning $1 into $5. Now, most of your peers are choosing target funds for 2026 or later. Think of these as smart autopilot investments that adjust as you get closer to retirement. No investment genius required. Want to get ahead of 90% of your generation? Here's your action plan. Join your 401k immediately. If your employer auto enrolls you at 3%, bump it up to at least the match threshold, and don't leave free money on the table. Next, stick with low-fee target date funds or broad index funds. For example, Vanguard Target Retirement 2065 Fund or S&P 500 Index Fund. These handle the investing for you, no stock picking needed. Now, you want to keep your money working when you switch jobs, so you might want to roll over your 401k into your new plan or an IRA. You don't want to cash out because one, you'll hit fees, and two, you're not letting compound do its magic. Last but not least, start with a mini retirement fund. 3 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account to protect your retirement savings during market downturns. And here's a bonus. Open a Roth IRA while you're in a lower tax bracket. You'll enjoy tax-free withdrawals in retirement. Your late 20s and early 30s mark a critical period for establishing strong financial habits. The average balance in this age group is about $37,000, with a median of over $14,000. This represents a significant jump from the earlier years, reflecting both an increase in earning potential and the power of consistent investing. So there are a few essential strategies here. You want to keep at least 3 to 6 months of living costs in an emergency fund, 6 to 12 months if you have dependents, or you're paying off any high-interest debt. You want to max out your employer match, then consider Roth IRA or an HSA, which offers triple tax advantage for extra dollars. An HSA lets you save pre-tax money for healthcare, grow it tax-free, and withdraw tax-free from medical expenses. For more on HSA, you can check it out right here. Traditional 401ks reduce current taxes, but are taxed at withdrawal, while Roth 401ks use after-tax money for tax-free retirement withdrawals. Now, if your employer lacks a Roth 401k, get your full match first, then fund a Roth IRA. The pro tip here: prioritize Roth accounts for tax-free retirement income, then return to your 401k for additional savings. Next is to automate raises. Even a 1% bump on a $60,000 salary adds $600 a year without you noticing. And I would say within this age, take career risks now. Side hustles or entrepreneurial moves are easier while time is on your side. You have fewer obligations and more runway to experiment. Ages 35 to 45 mark a turning point where compound interest becomes your biggest ally. The numbers tell the story. Average balances for this age group reaches over $90,000, with a median of over $35,000, driven both by contributions and market growth. This period often marks when investment returns really begin matching or exceeding annual contributions, a powerful wealth building milestone. So here are a few strategic moves to make here. You want to put your raises to work. You want to channel about 50% of your raise into your 401k. This simple strategy boosts your you're saving without affecting your take-home pay. So for an example, a $5,000 raise becomes a $2,500 retirement boost. Destroy high-interest debt. This stage brings complex financial juggling, retirement planning, alongside growing children's expenses if you have kids, mortgages, and other costs. The key here is avoiding high interest debt and prioritize paying off high interest debts using either the avalanche method, which is targeting your highest interest rate credit cards first, or snowball method, paying off the smallest balances first. And that's more of an approach for more psychological wins. Eliminating credit card debts, student loans, and car payment frees up more money for retirement and reduces their financial stress. Think about your kids' future while securing your own. This is often when you're juggling the responsibility of saving for your children's education while keeping your retirement on track. Now, remember, while you can borrow for college, you can't always take out loans for retirement. Here's how to balance both. You want to make retirement your foundation. So commit to at least 15% of your income for retirement accounts, 401k, Roth IRAs, HSAs. Then create a college savings strategy. Once your retirement contributions are solid, open a 529 college savings plan. From 45 to 55, you're in your prime earning years, with average balances reaching over $168,000 with a median of over $60,000. This decade is critical. Your decisions now will significantly shape your retirement readiness. So with higher income and potentially lower family expenses as children become independent, it's time to supercharge your savings. Smart moves at this stage include maximizing catch-up opportunities. Once you hit 50, you want to add about $7,500 extra per year. Now, if you can't do the full amount, even an extra $200 monthly makes a substantial difference. You want to fine-tune your investment mix. By 55, target about 60 to 75% in equities based on your risk tolerance. This balanced approach helps protect your growing nest egg while maintaining growth potential. You want to consider working with a fee-only advisor to optimize your allocation. Now, protect your retirement momentum. When changing jobs, avoid cashing out. Instead, roll your savings into a new employer's plan or an IRA to keep the money working for you. Now, with retirement on the horizon, average balances reaches over $240,000 with a median of over $87,000. This crucial transition period requires careful planning to protect your nest egg while ensuring it grows continuously to sustain you through a comfortable retirement. Now is the time to make strategic adjustments to your portfolio and retirement planning. Key strategies here might be maximizing catch-up, including Secure 2.0 Super Catch-up. From ages 60 to 63, you may be able to contribute up to $10,000 or 150% of the standard catch-up if your plan offers it. You might also want to consider working with a financial advisor. Professional guidance can be valuable for optimizing your retirement timing, investment allocation, and withdrawal strategy. You want to consider a fee-only advisor. Now, at this stage, the critical focus shifts to preserving and strategically deploying your life savings. While average balances peak at over $272,000 with a median of over $88,000, the real challenge becomes making these funds last through retirement. Essential strategies for maximum impact within this age is first to create a sustainable withdrawal plan that accounts for market fluctuations and inflation. The widely accepted 4% rule suggests withdrawing no more than 4% of your portfolio annually to live off. Next is stay ahead of required minimum distributions to avoid hefty penalties. These mandatory withdrawals begin at 73 and can significantly impact your tax situation. It's 73 for birth years between 1951 to 1959 and 75 for 1960 or later. Again, you want to consider fee-only advice for withdrawal sequencing, long-term care coverage for distribution planning to optimize tax efficiency and maximize your retirement income. When it comes to retirement savings, traditional guideline gives us a starting point. Vanguard recommends saving anywhere between 12 to 15% of your income annually, including employer match as a baseline for retirement preparation. Now, Fidelity offers another perspective with their age-based multiplier approach. They state that by age 30, you should target 1x your salary in your savings. By age 50, target 6x your salary. And by age 70, target 10x your salary. So for instance, someone earning $100,000 at age 40 should aim for $300,000 in savings. However, these multipliers are just the beginning of the story. They don't account for unique lifestyle, healthcare needs, or regional living costs. Real financial independence isn't about hitting some arbitrary target. It's about funding your freedom number, the amount that allows you to live life on your own terms. As Morgan Housel once said, the hardest financial skill is getting the goalposts to stop moving. It gets dangerous when the taste of having more money, more power, more prestige increases ambition faster than satisfaction. I thought this quote was very resonating because we need to find out and we need to understand what our target walkaway number is. More importantly, what is enough? Now with that, here are 5 pillars of your walkaway number. First is your core expenses and lifestyle. Calculate your true monthly necessities. Define your ideal retirement lifestyle and map out potential lifestyle changes. Second is income sources, social security benefits and timing, pensions or annuities payments, rental or passive income streams. Third is your investment strategy. Set your target withdrawal rate, typically 3 to 4%. Determine your risk tolerance. Plan for market volatility. Healthcare planning. Estimate medical costs. Consider long-term care insurance. Factor in insurance premiums. Legacy goals. Family inheritance plans. Charitable giving intentions. And estate planning considerations. A practical starting point is to take your annual expenses and multiply by 25 using the 4% rule. So for an example, if you made $80,000, that means targeting $2 million. Add in a 20% safety buffer and you're bringing your target close to $2.4 million. Now remember, your freedom number isn't static. It should reflect both your financial needs and your personal values, evolving as your life changes. Key takeaway here is to aim at least for 12 to 15% of your income for retirement, including your employer contributions. But remember, your personal situation may require different targets. You want to take full advantage of your employer's match. Most plans require you to contribute 6% of pay to get the full match. Now, if you're behind, increasing your contribution rate even by 1% can make a meaningful difference over time. So this report reveals positive trends. More Americans are joining workplace retirement plans and increasing their saving rates. Remember, your retirement savings is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay committed to learning, saving, and actively managing your retirement plan. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my weekly newsletter for more financial insights. See you in the next video.